All right. Google Data Analytics Professional Certificate, Course 2. Let's dive into it. This course is a part of series of 8, each building on the previous one. If you watched my last video, you know that Course 1 covered the foundations. Now Course 2 takes a step deeper, and I'll share the key takeaways I've learned so far. So the big idea of Course 2 is that you need structured thinking in order to manage and work with your key stakeholders. Simply put, structured thinking is about taking a messy problem and breaking it down into clear, manageable steps. And imagine it like putting together a puzzle. You look at all the pieces, see how they fit, and figure out what's missing. And there are 3 frameworks to help structure your thinking. The first key framework is the data analysis approach, a 6-step method that guides you through any data project. Here's a quick rundown. The first step is where you ask. This is where you define the problem and understand what stakeholders need. 2, it's where you prepare. This is where you collect, organize, and secure your data. 3rd is a process. This is when you clean the data to ensure accuracy. 4th is where you analyze. So you're looking for pattern, trends, or insights. 5 is where you share your insights and reports through presentations. And 6 is where you act. This is where you use the insights to make informed decisions. And what I did on the right side here is I created this very simple checklist so I have a clear path to follow whenever I take on a new project. And this brings us to the second framework, which covers the 6 types of data problems you might face. By recognizing the type of problem you're dealing with, it allows you to focus on the right questions, so smart questions which are specific, measurable, actionable, realistic, and time-bound, to find relevant insights and make better decisions. For the first problem type, making predictions, this is about using data to guess future outcomes. One smart question I can ask if I'm doing YouTube is, by the end of year, can I predict which type of video will get at least 1,000 views within the first week of posting based on my past uploads? This would help me understand which content is likely to perform well so I can plan and create videos that have a higher chance of success. The second problem type is categorizing things, so sorting data into groups. And one smart question I can ask myself is, by the end of year, can I sort my top performing videos into 3 clear categories? It could be tutorials, vlogs, or reviews, to understand what my audience enjoys the most. And by grouping my videos, I can identify which types are most popular, allowing me to focus on creating more of what the audience likes. The third problem type, it's spotting unusual patterns, which means identifying anything that stands out. And one smart question I can ask myself is, by the end of year, can I spot any videos that suddenly gain more than 50% of their views in a single day to understand what caused the spike? And by identifying sudden increases in views can reveal factors that make a video go viral or attract more attention, which then can be replicated in future videos. The fourth problem type is identifying themes, so finding common trends. And one smart question I can ask myself is, by end of year, can I identify at least 2 common topics that have led to an increase in average watch time across my videos? And by finding consistent themes that keep viewers engaged, help me understand what holds their attention, enabling me to create more content that keeps them watching longer. And for the 5th problem type, this is discovering connections. This is seeing how data pieces relate. One smart question I can ask myself is, by the end of year, can I uncover if there's a connection between posting on a specific day of the week and getting more comments on my videos? And by understanding how factors like posting schedules can impact engagements, help me optimize when to release videos to maximize viewer interaction. And for the 6th problem type, finding patterns, this is about recognizing repeated occurrences. One smart question I can ask myself is, by end of year, can I identify a recurring pattern where certain video topics consistently lead to increase in new subscribers? And by spotting patterns in content that lead to subscriber growth, helps me create more videos that are effective at converting viewers, which helps the channel grow. And this brings us to our last framework, which is the statement of work. So the statement of work is like a roadmap for a project. It outlines 5 things. So who's in charge, which is the main person responsible. 2nd, it's the purpose. This is why the project exists. The 3rd, it's the key activities. So these are the major tasks need to be done. The 4th thing it lays out, it's the deliverables. So what needs to be completed. In 5, it lists out the milestones. So what are the important deadlines? And this shows that being a data analyst or a business analyst involves more than just working with data. It also requires quite a few project management skills. And that's why everything leads back to managing key stakeholders. It's not about just analyzing data, it's about effectively communicating your findings and understanding what others need. And that's it for this video. I hope you found this was helpful. Stay tuned as I continue on with this course, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.